I did Beanie Babies.
Hate chicken over mutant chicken.
I believe they were designed by Einstein.
Get up there. Kiss that dude.
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Tesla just shocked the shit out of Einstein until he had a good idea.
I should plan boycotts.
Sushi jackknife. 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 Sushi jackknife.
So you interned at a gospel radio station?
Yep. A lot of Gaithers.
A lot of Gaithers.
Yeah.
And some fried chicken
Some fried chicken.
in there.
Yeah, well, I mean, hate chicken.
Yeah. Chick-fil-A.
Specifically hate chicken.
Yeah.
What other chicken would you expect at a Southern gospel station?
I mean, I'd take KFC.
That's not what
that
shows
makes
up
sense.
there.
Oh.
It's Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, of course. Yeah.
It was quality.
Hate chicken over mutant chicken.
Which, by the way, anyone who denies that Chick-fil-A is the best is insane.
Yeah, they're lying.
It is clearly
It's
the
great.
best fried chicken.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
But it's full of hate.
I had a theory, speaking of hate chicken,
Yeah.
the last time we were there. So,
Yeah.
you remember when the whole fiasco with they hate gay marriage at Chick-fil-A thing was happening?
Of course.
And the LBGT community was boycotting.
Yes.
And in response, the Christian rights organizations all went, we're all going to Chick-fil-A constantly.
Yes. As well as a lot of individuals who took it upon themselves to go there more than they normally did.
Right.
Yeah.
So, really, the protest didn't work because they didn't lose money.
Right.
So, what I think they should have done is the LBGT community should have flooded every Chick-fil-A,
Yeah.
turn that into a gay rights parade,
Yeah.
like make it over the top, rainbow flags everywhere, dancing,
guys making out with guys,
Boy
girls
George,
making out with girls. Yeah.
everything. Run off all of the Christian rights organizations.
Yes.
And then they just all drop out.
And then stop coming.
Yeah.
Slowly. Mm-hmm. Systematically.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a genius.
I know.
Yeah.
I should plan boycotts.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a job, but you should try. Yeah.
Freelance boycott planner. That's my new... I'm going to get business cards printed.
And I'll be your
right
Flavor Flav.
I like it.
Yeah. Get up there. Kiss that dude.
So, Sushi Jackknife.
Welcome to Sushi Jackknife.
Sushi.
Nearing 30. Episode 28. Here we are.
Are you sure that's episode 28?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's episode 28. Yeah.
You hesitated.
Did I?
Well, you went with we're nearing 30,
Yeah, that was...
which sounded like you didn't remember.
I was pedaling a little.
Yeah. And then there was just like a swoop into it.
Zing.
Like episode 28.
That neuron
Yeah.
came back for a second there. It had a little burst. I took a sip of water and it was like, oh, zing!
Water is good
Water's good.
for neurons.
I've told.
Or human beings in
I've
general.
heard that neurons come like those little foam dinosaur pills that you drop into water. So if you drop a neuron into water, it just expands.
Well, that's what those pills are based off of.
yeah, neuronic activity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, neuronic osmosis. Mm-hmm. Correct.
I believe they were designed by Einstein.
I think they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Einstein and Tesla got together. Tesla just shocked the shit out of Einstein until he had a good idea.
Well, yeah, they got together.
Yeah. Sexually.
Romantically,
Yeah.
they were lovers.
Yes. Tesla and Einstein were lovers. Which
You heard
meant
it
that
here
Einstein
first.
was fucking a dead body. Because pretty sure... No, their timelines probably overlap.
They overlap
Somewhat.
somewhere. Yeah. So, way to take it to a weird place unnecessarily.
Right off the bat.
Oh, man.
This is how we get our listeners, though.
Is it?
No, it's not. No.
by talking about sex with corpses. That's where our listener base comes
It's a
from.
niche market, but it is a market.
I will say, I don't think any other podcast is out there aiming for that particular market.
So, guys, go ahead and drop your brains into a bathtub full of room temperature water and get ready for it to expand with Sushi Jackknife. Or don't. You were waiting for something.
I wanted to see what happened there.
You're so good at pausing.
Yeah. Well, I practice
and making me nervous. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You practice pausing.
Yeah.
Are you practicing some sort of mindfulness or something? Or you just
no. I just sometimes stop talking.
You like to make me uncomfortable,
and then other times I will continue talking.
Right? Do you do this to other people?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a thing you do.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I've pulled this on Everett a couple times.
Have you?
Yeah. My favorite thing I have been doing to him lately.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Is when he stands up at his desk to speak to me.
Yes.
He can't really see where I'm at because my giant computer monitor is in the way if I'm sitting down. He can't see me. So I like to just gradually sink lower and lower until I'm under my desk. And then he finally stands on his tiptoes to see something because I have not responded,
right.
And I'm not there.
The ongoing saga of Everett. I mean, and you're not there.
I'm just not there.
You've phased through the floor at this point.
Yeah, I've done it a few too many times now, though, because he's just started going, "Where are you? Are you under the desk again?"
Yeah. I'm curious, how does he regard you in day-to-day life? Does he consider you a friend?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay.
Well, I haven't asked him.
Well, I mean,
do you walk around asking people if they consider you friends?
Sometimes, yeah.
That's a weird.
Or what I do is I'm really forward with my affection. Mm-hmm. Like I'll be like, I'm so glad we're friends.
And
wait for a response.
Most people respond like,
yeah.
Okay.
About that.
Yeah.
No, a lot of people say yeah about that.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like that about our relationship as well.
Could you stop hanging out outside my house? Yeah. So,
can I want to take a second real quick.
Yeah.
I'm making an oath for this episode.
Oh, this is exciting.
Yeah. I realize the last few episodes have been a lot of Trump talk.
We've had a lot of that.
Now, there's a lot more to talk about with Trump.
Certainly.
For instance, this week, he said that a rising Republican candidate, she does not have a presidential face. And then, when pressed on that, clarified by saying, no, just her persona. Now,
wait a minute.
There's a lot of jokes here about Donald Trump criticizing someone's face and or persona. Starting at this point,
this moment
forward, will not be discussing Donald Trump.
Okay.
Throughout the podcast.
Great.
This is it. Right here. One more word about Donald Trump, and then I'm done.
Okay.
He shouldn't critique people's persona or face. His are terrible.
Well,
both of them.
It's hard to disagree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no more Trump. We're done.
That's it.
Trump out.
Trump talk.
Yeah.
Are we ever going to talk about him again on the show?
Not this episode.
Just not this. We're taking a Trump sabbatical.
I'm taking a Trump sabbatical. Okay. You can talk about Trump.
I can talk about him all I want, and you won't respond.
No. Oh. I'm just awkwardly going to sit here.
Okay. Well, I can't really handle that, so we're not going to do that.
No, just talk about Trump.
I don't want to.
Nah, do it.
I'm good. Okay. I have not been following the news.
You've missed out.
I have been in a media hole the last few weeks. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you heard, but your mayoral candidate won.
Yes.
Mayor.
Both of my candidates won.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Nashville.
Can I?
Wait. Let me have my moment. Congratulations, Nashville. You have, and I hope Megan Barry don't fuck this up. You have Megan Barry as your mayor, and you have Colby Sledge as your District 17 council person.
I'm going to critique Megan Barry here now.
Go for it.
There's one issue I have. I don't know any of their politics, by the way.
I don't think
because politics
matters.
As a mayor do not matter.
Exactly. What matters is, does my trash get picked up?
I saw a clip for the mayoral debate. They were asking them about decriminalization of marijuana.
Wow.
That
is not in their power.
That's not even close to their power.
No.
So
no, I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to legalize pot inside Nashville city limits? I don't think they can do that. I don't think they can do that.
Anyway, my issue with her, because the campaign had been very, very positive.
Yes.
And then it just took a steep nosedive.
Tack ads.
Real negative all of a sudden from both of them.
Now, do you know who struck first? Because I don't know who struck first.
I don't know. It was like a simultaneous thing.
Strike.
Yeah.
Samuel Strike.
However, her attack ads, they kept focusing on the fact that her candidate, her opponent, worked as a hedge fund manager on Wall Street.
Just like, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's not a good... If you're going to attack someone, you don't just mention, like, and they had a job one time.
Right. She's just pulling off his resume.
Right.
Yeah. What was his... Fox, right? What's his first name?
I believe...
Star?
I don't know.
Star Fox.
I don't know.
Star Fox.
It's irrelevant. He didn't win.
Yeah.
He's going to go back to his hedge fund.
Yeah. He'll be just fine. I think you can do a barrel roll.
I believe that is correct.
Yeah.
Did you ever play that game?
I love that game.
I never played
Star Fox?
Never
Star
played
Fox
it.
64 was great. It's like it must have been super easy too, because I beat it, and I'm terrible at games. So, but it was a lot of fun, and you'd have your
all games?
Yeah, mostly.
Mario? Have you ever beaten a Mario?
Never beaten Mario.
Really?
Yeah.
That's alarming to me.
I'll be totally... I mean, I probably didn't have the patience for it, but even if I did, I probably wouldn't have beat it. I'm terrible at games.
It's alarming.
Video games, like, other games. The only game I'm kind of good at is...
rock, paper, scissors.
No, I'm not very good at that.
Tic-tac-toe.
No.
Flipping a coin.
Games of chance. Yeah. I'm pretty good at flipping a coin. Yeah.
Like half the time
I'm
you get
50-50.
Right.
Yeah. I usually break even at that game. For those of you who know about the law of probability.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty good at foosball because I just get into it, and I get angry.
What about ping pong?
I'm terrible at ping pong.
What about the table hockey that's like foosball?
Air hockey?
No.
What is that?
No, it's like they're
Table
little
hockey?
hockey players. And they hit the puck.
Same thing as foosball, just
pretty
with
much.
Hockey. Yeah, I'm probably pretty good at that. Yeah. I just get really aggressive with foosball.
Now, do you spin the players, though?
Sometimes, but I don't have to. I don't have to.
That's against the rules.
I know. But
that is against regulations.
If both sides are spinning, then hey.
Then everyone's disqualified and there are no winners.
It's street foosball.
There's no such thing.
There is now.
What a wonderful world we would live in if gangs settled their beefs over a game of foosball. Just street foosball.
Crips on one side, Bloods on the other.
Yeah, just foosing it out.
Yeah.
Just getting their foos
Mexican
on.
gang versus Asian gang.
Yeah, you don't know the names of those
No,
gangs.
do you?
No.
I don't. Yeah. Nope. Crips and Bloods was all I knew.
That's all we know.
That's it. And you mix them together, you get perps. Mm-hmm. Purple.
Yeah.
I read a lot of kids' books.
You're good at colors.
Thank you. We have this book, Color Kittens. It's a lovely book, but it's trippy as fuck.
That sounds terrible.
It's great. It's by Margaret Wise Brown, who wrote every children's book before 1980. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Well, that's not true.
Well, Wise is her middle name.
There's Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, except for the Seussiverse.
Yeah,
she wrote everything
a
else.
Lot.
Everything else, it was her. Yeah. So the Color Kittens, Brush and Hush. All right. They have buckets and buckets and buckets of color, Nathan, but they don't have any green. All they have is primary colors. They have yellow, they have red, they have blue. Okay?
Okay.
And from those colors, they make all the colors in the world. Mm-hmm. When they make brown, you know what? In all that brown, the sun goes down. And the kittens fall asleep in the warm, dark night. And then they have a dream. And with Easter eggs that dance around on little short legs. And a tree that turns all white when you count to 3.
I don't care for any of this.
It's trippy, dude. It's a trippy book.
When I have a child someday, and they want to have a story read to them at night before bed,
right?
They better be really into Fahrenheit 451 or something, because I'm not messing around with cats using paint. First off, not realistic. Cats can't paint. They have no thumbs.
Well, cats
How are they going to hold the paintbrush?
Cats can paint. They just can't paint well.
No, they can't paint.
If you dip a cat's paw in paint...
No, that's not them painting. That's just animal abuse. Why are you dipping an animal in paint?
You make a valid point. Yeah. You make a very valid point. It's a very trippy book.
Yeah, I'm out. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I will allow most Dr. Seuss books. Most of them.
There's a literary quality to them.
Not Green Eggs and Ham.
Why not?
Because if my child ever tells me they will not eat anything, I'm going to blame that book.
Oh, yeah.
Not going to happen.
And would you force a child to eat something?
Mm-hmm.
You would?
Yeah, you just hold their nose open until they open their
like
mouth and
foie
just
gras.
shove it in.
Yeah.
Just shove it in.
You force feed them.
Mm-hmm.
Like
just
foie gras.
keep that food going in.
Yeah.
Eventually, they'll let you know when they're full because no more food will go in.
And they'll throw up.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to be
such a good
spectacular parent. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
It's like, so you're basically the first scenes of 7. Mm-hmm. That's a pretty good model for how you're going to feed your kids.
Exactly. But I mean,
gotcha.
Less dramatic.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to yell.
Yeah.
Oh,
a lot.
Yeah, you have to yell. I mean, hey, you can't get it. They're going to be screaming.
Yeah.
So
there'll be a lot of yelling.
Nathan, the first rule of parenting is always scream louder than your children. Mm-hmm. That's how they know you're winning.
The other thing I plan on doing is I call it the cat training rule.
Okay.
If my child starts to do something I don't like, say crawling on the floor and picking things up they shouldn't pick up, I will then pick up a spray bottle, spritz them in the face, and go, psst.
You're going to possibly raise the most well-adjusted child ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know.
They're going to go to kindergarten completely terrified.
Right.
Yeah.
Just the teacher will walk over and they're just going, do you have the water bottle?
And the teacher's going to be like, what? What? What are you talking about?
Get in the car.
Your children are going to grow up to need sex where a squirt bottle is involved.
Well, now it's just weird.
Well, yeah, that's what happens.
Now you've assigned a fetish.
That's what happens.
You've assigned a fetish to my unborn hypothetical child.
Well, if you do this, you're going to give them that fetish because, I mean, look at it. This is what happens to people. You know what I mean?
See, I was thinking more they'll develop an irrational fear of water that comes sideways. Like horizontal water.
Yeah, that too. But
an irrational fear of horizontal water.
If they're in some sort of, safe space, quotations, with a partner, I think they're gonna need some spritzing to get where they need to go.
Negative. No, it's an irrational fear of horizontal water.
All right. Justify
when it's really windy outside.
Yeah.
They're not going anywhere near a window.
Tying it back to Forrest Gump, when the rain comes sideways, your kids are going to be hunkered down like a nuke is going off. Itty bitty stinging rain, big old fat rain. Rain that came sideways is in there. You're looking at me.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's a part of the movie where he's naming all the kinds of rain.
I think you're confusing scenes.
Yeah.
That was Bubba, and it was shrimp.
Sideways shrimp?
Not rain. There was no rain. He was just talking about shrimp. There were a lot of types of shrimp. There's
also types of rain in there. It's shorter. It's a shorter list.
I don't think that's right.
No, it's right. Do you want me to pull the script?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Pulling the script. This may take a moment, folks, but these issues have to be settled.
I, by the way, really enjoy that you have the script.
Oh, I kept it.
Just on your bookcase.
Oh, yeah.
For instances like this. And the most fun part about this is I know I'm not right because I don't know the movie that well.
Here's the shrimp part.
I've only seen the movie like 4 or 5 times in my life.
I've probably seen it 20-ish times.
Justin just relives this movie in his head over and over and over and over and over.
I love this.
You can't mention a box of chocolates around Justin.
No.
Because all of a sudden, he just starts rattling off lines, and you're like, I was just talking about
I go
this
into
box
these diatribes.
It's just a chocolate sampler. What is happening?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. I'll find it. I'll find it. Well, this is jumping around a lot here.
Well, I mean, it's the movie Forrest Gump.
Jenny at some point says, "Ouch, that hurts." I don't remember that. Oh, I do. This is the part with the jerk. Forrest gets up and runs toward the car. He tries to look in the window. As he steps over to the driver's side door, he opens the door and begins to punch the boy inside. Forrest, stop it. Billy says, "Jesus." Okay. All right. We're in football here? I don't know if I'm going to be able to find this really quickly.
I don't think you probably are, based on the fact that you still haven't.
Ah, here we go. Here's the shrimp list.
But that's not what we're trying to find. I know that's there.
We're getting there.
We all know that the shrimp...
Yeah.
There are two things people know about Forrest Gump.
Shrimp salad? Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
People eat that?
You've never had a shrimp salad?
I never had a shrimp salad.
It's a salad, and they put shrimp on it.
Is that all there is to it?
I mean, that's a shrimp salad.
That's it?
I've had that before in life.
All right.
I've put that in my face, chewed it.
You have?
Yeah. Digested, pooped it out.
Is it something you would recommend?
Well, I mean, do you like shrimp?
I'm allergic to shrimp, actually.
Okay, so no, do not eat it. Do not ever eat any of those things that are on this list.
That are on the list.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Do they give out a podcast award for least exciting segment of a podcast?
I think they do.
Least exciting.
Yeah, we can submit. If you want to submit for this, I think we should. Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
No, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
For those who cannot see, which is everyone except me, we are now almost halfway through the script.
Yep. I see something about rain here.
Okay.
Here we go. Found it. Forrest voiceover. We've been through every kind of rain there is. Little bitty stinging rain. Big old fat rain. Rain that flew in sideways.
Where'd you get the script?
And sometimes rain even seemed to come straight up from it. I just Googled it. I found it.
I don't trust that.
You don't trust the viability of the script?
Nah.
Do we need to watch this film right now?
I'm just saying that I don't... The script is not cited anywhere. You did not let me know where you got the script from.
Let's see.
And unless it was from Mr. Hanks himself.
Screenplay by Eric Roth, based on a novel by Winston Groom.
Okay.
Yeah. What more do you need?
Did Eric Roth give it to you personally?
He did not.
And then it's not legit.
Have your doubts.
Oh, I have my doubts.
I have something that's going to blow your mind even more right now. Two of our friends have never, ever seen Star Wars.
Nah.
That doesn't upset you?
No, not really. Now, any Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Nah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, but the only ones you really care about are the first three.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
The other three are garbage. And by the way, the new one coming out?
Yeah.
I don't care.
You don't think it's going to be good?
No.
Oh, I think it's going to be great.
Oh,
I hope it's going to be great.
It's not going to be good.
At worst, I think it's going to be a big nostalgia trip. At best, I think it could be awesome. That's what I'm saying.
At worst, it's going to be episode 1 again.
Yeah.
At best, it will be like episode 2.
You mean you don't mean
it's right in there quality wise.
Oh, you mean the prequels?
It's not going to be good. Yeah,
I think it's
not episode 4 and episode 5.
Right?
No, episode 1, episode 2.
I think Empire.
Maybe
the best.
episode 3.
Yeah,
it's not going to hit 4, 5, or 6. It's not even Return of the Jedi level.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be as good as those movies are, but I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be better than the prequels.
I think highest it gets is episode 3.
All right, that's fine.
It's
and that was bad. I hated that movie.
Episode 3?
I hated all those movies.
Everyone says episode 3 is okay. I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch it because I don't care.
So
I don't care at all.
You think it's at least as good as a movie you haven't seen?
Based on all the reviews.
Okay. Ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
it might reach that level.
Well, for me, being more...
It's just sad for disappointment.
Okay. Yeah, of course. It's a big franchise with a lot of hopes and dreams attached to it. For me, as more of a Star Wars fan, I'm excited to show it to two people who have virgin eyes and ears, who have never seen it before. They'll probably hate it because, it's kind of one of those things you need to see, I think, as a kid to really sort of fall for it,
Yeah, it's not that great.
All that Joseph Campbell story shit really appeals to a child.
I enjoy it, but at the same time, if I never watched another Star Wars movie in my life, meh.
Even a rewatch of one of the originals?
I don't care.
Really?
I really just don't care anymore.
Okay, that's fine,
It's, I've seen it.
You're admittedly, not a fan of sci-fi, though, for the most part.
Yeah.
You like your...
Although, Star Wars, I mean, yes, it's sci-fi.
But it's
not,
more of an adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. With sci-fi elements.
I will say that I tend to be turned off by any movie that takes place in space.
Well, that's a problem.
Any one of them.
That's a problem from the get-go.
So Star Wars slides in.
Yeah.
Star Trek is out.
Oh, I like Star Trek, too.
Oh, Star Trek's out.
I like Star Trek.
I don't care.
Well, that's fine. You don't have to care.
Any of the original show.
Yeah.
The movies.
I like the movies a lot.
Deep Space Nine.
Haven't watched it. Want to.
The
Next
others,
Generation.
Yeah. Next Generation. I watched 2 episodes of that.
Really?
I was out.
Oh, that's some of the favorites.
Nah.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, but you were a kid when it came on.
But I didn't see it at all. I never saw it as a kid. Not once. You know what I was watching as a kid?
What?
Doogie Howser. Mm-hmm. Northern Exposure.
Northern Exposure.
You remember this show?
I forgot that was a thing.
Right? I almost pitched you this idea. I haven't done it, but I almost pitched you the idea of watching Northern Exposure and doing some shows dedicated to Northern Exposure. I almost pitched you that idea.
You know what? It would be a whole new thing for me because I did not watch. I watched 2 episodes.
I saw
2 or 3 episodes of it.
Somehow, okay. I used to stay with my grandma in the summers and stuff. And
Northern Exposure is a grandma show.
No, it's not a grandma show. It just happened to be on. It was a cool show. It was a
no, I'm not.
It's
not a bad statement, but it's a grandma approved show.
Well,
my wife's grandmother watched Walker Texas Ranger all the time.
Oh, I've watched a lot of that too.
Yeah, that's a grandmother approved show.
More than I wish. Well, I don't think Northern Exposure really was because I don't think my grandmother was paying attention. I think if
she's in the room while it's on, that counts.
Yeah, she looked. We were at her work, by the way, so she wasn't always right there. You know,
as far as I can tell, just based on experience, all grandmothers approve of everything on the Hallmark Channel.
Why wouldn't they?
Everything that ever comes on there.
Yeah. Fuck the Waltons.
And all Chuck Woolery game shows.
Yeah.
All of them.
Well, so the only reason we watch Northern Exposure is because it was a prequel. It was 2 or 3 shows before The Price is Right. Mm-hmm. So that was the only reason we watched it. And it was my favorite show that came on when I was staying with my grandma at the dry cleaners because it was the weirdest one, I guess. Dear John, which we talked about before.
Yeah.
Used to come on. Doogie Howser came on. I did not give a shit about Doogie Howser.
What? He was a child doctor.
No, I know.
He is a genius.
Yes.
He's
I was a child.
Tall.
I was a child at the time.
And you didn't watch it and go, wow, that kid's way smarter than me.
Maybe I was a little jealous. Who knows?
He is a doctor.
Yeah.
And I'm just a stupid kid. I'm still in danger of pooping my pants regularly. And
I don't know that's...
he is a doctor.
Right.
I wet the bed on a nightly basis.
No, that was not true of me.
Every night. And he is a doctor on the TV.
I have been many things in my life, but I was not a bedwetter. Just for the record, since we are utterly on the record. So, for all 25 of you listening.
Right.
I've pissed on a lot of things, but not myself too much.
Oh, that's rude. If you're going to pee on something, It's ruder to pee on other things than yourself.
I heard the same thing about other people, but who cares?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. If you're walking around and you happen to be subhuman, then...
Right.
Come on, you're asking for it. So yeah, Northern Exposure. What do you think? You have no context for this show.
I don't remember the plot. I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah.
Aside from, it takes place in the North.
It takes place in Alaska.
That's the North.
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah.
Far north, and it's a very young New York doctor who...
Why did he go to Alaska?
I think it was the only place he could get was it a residency maybe?
Have you noticed?
Or a placement of some kind?
In that era of TV,
yeah,
every show was basically, hey, what would be a weird situation to throw this character into?
Yes.
Fish out of water.
Yes.
I mean, even Doogie Howser.
Oh, definitely.
Like,
kid in a hospital.
Most kids this age are like Justin, just pee in their bed all the time. Just peeing in the bed, and he's a doctor in a hospital. A genius doctor.
Yeah, a genius doctor.
Not peeing in his bed, that's for sure.
You know, Northern Exposure is great fish out. I mean, it's a collision of cultures because he's there with not only like people who choose to live in Alaska, like who are kind of different by nature.
Anyone who chooses to live in Alaska is different by nature.
Yes, I think so. But also like, you know, native people, you know what I mean? People, Inuit people and stuff. It's very interesting.
I will give them a pass. They're allowed to live in Alaska.
Well, yeah.
It's not different for them.
Arguably, they know how to do it better than anyone.
They should.
They've been there a while. Yeah. Fascinating show, man. Fascinating show.
Okay, so we've started talking about TV shows that you have, as a child, watched.
Yes.
So far, there's the Creepy Dear John show.
Not you know, that show wasn't creepy. It was
no, the
very
theme song
sad.
that you keep singing is creepy. It creeps me out.
John, by the time you hear
it, creeps me out.
There's a letter on me gone.
Northern Exposure.
As
a child, did you actually watch any children's shows?
That's a great question. Yes, I did. I watched Mr. Rogers.
Okay.
I watched Sesame Street.
Mm-hmm.
Barney was after my generation.
Yeah, no, I didn't do Barney.
I didn't do Barney, thank God. So, yeah, Mr. Rogers, Sesame Street were the big ones.
That's it?
I think so.
Like no cartoons?
Oh, yeah, I watched tons of cartoons. Oh, God, so much. I watched, like, tons of Saturday morning cartoons. I watched Dragon Ball Z.
Ugh.
That was a great show.
Ugh.
I watched Eek the Cat. I don't know why I remember that one.
By the way, anime... Mm-hmm. I like it less than sci-fi.
Yeah, I figured.
It's
just judging on your reaction.
If there was a totem pole of media,
right,
it would be the part of the totem pole that is buried inside of the ground.
That's hilarious.
That's how much I dislike anime.
I get where you're coming from, but I can appreciate it. It's not like my favorite thing in the world, but I can appreciate
bad.
It. It's so what
they
it
talk
is.
so fast.
They do.
And there's
strange
always a monster.
Things happen, which I enjoy. I enjoy the strange things that happen that I don't understand.
Why are there so many monsters? Is there some part of Japan I don't know about that's just full of weird monsters?
There is. Yeah.
See,
it's
if I had that context.
Underneath the island of Japan.
If someone had told me that, maybe I'd appreciate anime.
You should try again.
It's more like a documentary than I realized.
Well, more than you know. Mm-hmm. More than you know.
Now, did you watch Pokemon?
I missed Pokemon, but I watched it once it was syndicated, and it used to come on very early in the morning before school. But I never had any cards.
Before school?
Yeah, I used to watch it before school, but I never had any of the cards or any of the toys or anything.
So how old were you at this point?
I was like 15.
So like 15-year-old Justin gets up out of bed, goes, I just peed in my bed, I'll clean that up later. Runs to the TV to watch Pokemon before school.
No. You've missed a bit of... You've exaggerated some things. You whatever. You know what I'm saying.
Like you get up, realize what you did in the bed, just urine everywhere, and then rush to the TV to watch cartoons. That's an accurate representation.
No, it's not.
I mean,
no, that's not. That's no.
Agree or disagree?
I disagree. I disagree to agree. But no, that was the only exposure I had to Pokemon. Besides my cousin, who's about 5 years younger, was really into it, and he used to play the video game, and I had to watch because he wouldn't let me play.
Yeah, I don't understand the video games to that either.
I played one of them much later in life, like as a 27-year-old or something, and it was fun.
I realized the other day that I missed most of the fads.
Yeah.
As a kid.
Yeah.
Like, even the ones I participated in, didn't really like them.
Didn't take?
No. Like, I did Beanie Babies.
Oh,
that was
see, I didn't do that.
Everyone in Johnson County, Kansas, everyone had their Beanie Babies.
So you got up in the morning after having shit the bed.
Well, I mean, usually.
You ran to your Beanie Babies and hugged them.
And said, guys, look what I did. Please love me still.
Yeah.
Please love me.
That's accurate. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the Beanie Babies
did they
just turned their head away.
Aside. Yeah.
They wouldn't look directly at me.
Yeah.
Even when I read the little poems off their tag.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So you had a very
Yeah.
You had a deep psychologically
explains so much
barren relationship with your Beanie Babies.
Yeah, I mean, even when they look at me, it was just with this dead look in their eyes.
Yeah,
just this dead Beanie Baby.
The thing I could never stand about them is when they did move around. How you always heard the beads. It was like this.
Yeah, well, it's like the
shuffling sound.
It's like a animal maraca.
It was terrible.
Oh, it's
if they ever had a dance party, like if you turned on Skrillex for a bunch of Beanie Babies, you couldn't hear anything.
No, that's actually preferred. If I were to hear Skrillex playing at a party, I would gladly welcome the sound of dozens of Beanie Babies. Drowning it out.
Let's use a more decade appropriate
90s
techno band. Daft Punk. How about?
Does it have to be techno?
Yeah, they only.
I mean, it's
Beanie
90s.
Babies only like techno.
No.
Yeah, they do.
Because I figured they'd be
the ones that don't
some Hootie.
Well, the ones that don't, they like Republican talk radio.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I did Beanie Babies.
Okay.
Every other fad after that, I was out. I didn't do it.
The earliest fad I remember is Pogs.
I did Pogs. I did do Pogs.
I did Pogs a little bit.
But I mostly did Pogs because my aunt gave me Pogs.
Yeah.
And I went, well, I guess I have Pogs now.
Pogs pissed me off because the whole thing with Pogs is if you actually played the game, besides
I played the
collecting them, is you lost your fucking Pogs.
Well, I mean, only if you were bad at it.
Well, I was horrible at it. I'm horrible at games.
Maybe you should be better at games.
I can't get better at games.
Maybe you should have played competitive coin flipping. Heads or tails.
Yeah, I would have been better at that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So these 6th grade kids.
Right.
These very 90s 6th grade kids. Everyone at my school had the long kind of bowl cut hair shaved underneath.
Oh, yeah.
The skater thing.
That. Yeah.
So these like big 6th grade kids were all doing Pogs. And one of these assholes, I'm like a 4th grader. And one of these assholes like knows how this actually works. And I'm just like, I like to collect things.
Yeah.
And takes not all my, a lot of mine. And I was very disappointed.
Well, you know what you're supposed to do at that point.
Kick his ass?
No, you're supposed to accuse them of using the slammer.
Yeah.
Not letting go of it. Because you have to
like
let go of it.
driving it down.
Yeah, if you do that.
Oh, I see.
Not allowed. You have to let go.
Kids, for those of you who don't know what Pogs are.
Look it up. I'm not explaining it.
Yeah, Google that shit.
That's on you.
Yeah.
So I didn't do after Beanie Babies. There were Furbies.
I didn't do that.
I can't even. All the Pokemon stuff.
Yeah, I missed that.
And
too. Power Rangers, I did.
I didn't do Power Rangers.
I did Power Rangers.
I didn't do Magic the Gathering, which was a big junior high thing.
You know, if I had done that though, I bet I'd still be doing it because I like shit like that.
Yeah, well, would.
I've never done Dungeons and Dragons in any weird way, but I bet I'd like it.
I have a theory that if I played Dungeons and Dragons, I would just systematically destroy the people I was on a quest with by just going, I'm not going to do that. That seems like a bad idea. Like the dragons attacking us, I run away.
That sounds right. That sounds like you.
I roll my dice. I ran. I ran away from you.
Not a great team player.
Yeah. Well, it's a dragon.
Well, see, here's the thing about Dungeons and Dragons. The only thing that bothers me about it's a dragon. The only thing that bothers me about Dungeons and Dragons is that you have this sort of ongoing relationship with someone who is your dungeon master. Yeah. Right. I'm uncomfortable with that. They can fuck off. They can fuck right off.
What if you're the dungeon master?
That's a different story.
Then you get to create the game.
I'm cool with that. I just don't want anybody else facilitating my reality. I want to facilitate my reality. And perhaps the reality of others.
See, I couldn't do it.
I
don't have the attention span for it.
Well,
I'm realistic about this.
That's a factor. Yeah.
Anyway, so I didn't do that.
Yeah.
No fads after Beanie Babies.
Did you miss Ninja Turtles? Was that too?
No, I did Ninja Turtles. That was before Beanie Babies.
Well, it was before, yeah. I did Ninja Turtles, I did Pogs, and I did Power Rangers, and I think that's about it.
Nothing else. So
Power Rangers was so weird when you stop and
I don't know anything about Power Rangers. I know that they wore different color suits. Yeah. And I read something the other day about where the show originated from.
Oh, I don't know about this.
The action scenes of the original, it may just be the first season, I don't know.
The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers?
Were actually taken from a Japanese TV show.
That's what I thought, because it didn't look the same.
It's not at all.
It looked like different footage. Yeah.
They took that, they spliced it together with a bunch of teenage Americans Power Rangering it. I don't know what they did.
Here's a couple things that should bother everyone about Power Rangers. Mm-hmm. They all have a color, like you said.
Yeah.
Not only is the Black Ranger black, one of the girliest Ranger is pink, and the Asian the Asian Ranger is yellow.
Okay.
All of that should bother someone.
Because they're not allowed to like those colors.
The boy, like the prototypical Aryan boy, is red, and the dorky Aryan boy is blue.
Okay.
All this should be bothersome. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if
Wasn't there a white Power Ranger?
Later, there was a green, and then he turned into the white, I think, or something. But he was originally the red, maybe? I don't fucking remember. It was complicated. I was a big fan of the Green Ranger, because his helmet made like a T-Rex face.
See,
it's cool.
This is why I missed out, like, why it's a bummer I missed out on all the fads. Mm-hmm. Situations like this where people go, hey, you remember the Red Power Ranger? Man, that guy was Aryan. I don't know.
You don't remember?
I have no context to it.
You have to trust me on this one.
I know for a fact. First off, I wasn't allowed to watch Power Rangers.
Really?
Well, it's violent.
No, it was so not violent.
There were punches.
Yeah.
And kicks. That's violent.
You know what's funny about those punches and kicks? You could always see them pulling them. Yeah. Like, you could always see it.
Still violence.
Just saying.
Still violence.
Okay. To your parents.
Fake violence is still violence,
Justin. All right. Okay.
It has violence in the name.
Thank you, Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton?
Yeah.
So I wasn't allowed to watch it.
Okay.
I watched literally 5 minutes of that TV show in my life.
Wow.
And I thought it was the dumbest thing ever.
It was pretty bad.
Even as a grade schooler.
Yeah.
I had the same reaction that I had when everyone else was all about Saved by the Bell. I watched it and went, well, that's terrible.
And it was.
The acting is awful in this.
Yes.
I don't believe any of their performances. I, at that age, was like a theater critic.
You've always been 80. You've always been middle-aged.
The performances were lackluster, and the soundtrack left something to be desired.
The costume design was deplorable. Who is dressing these children?
Yes. And I still do that when we watch TV shows. Even if it's a TV show that, for the most part, is good, if there's one bad actor in it, someone I think is a bad actor,
right?
I can't watch the show. It just
turns you off, and you can't do it.
I can't watch the show because of one person.
That's you.
Yeah. I don't think we've talked about this. The TV show Reign. Reign.
I don't even know what this. I haven't even heard of this.
I don't know what it was on.
Is it still on?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It was not good.
Okay.
But my wife watched it.
Oh, Rain. Yes, I do remember this. Okay. Yeah.
And it was set in France.
Okay.
But they all spoke with British accents.
Of course they did.
Very affected British accents.
Is this like some...
Things like this I cannot watch.
Is this some Game of Thrones ripoff type thing?
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to it. Yeah. I couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
The whole time I'm going, you're in France, and you're
Why
speaking...
are you not talking like this?
You're speaking English in a very posh British accent.
I want all my French actors to talk like Henri Poirot.
I'm pretty sure it was on like the CW or something.
Ooh.
But I would love if they put a show on that channel.
Yeah.
And it was a subtitled foreign language
that'd
show.
Be great. You know, let me tell you about this. When we were in Peru, I got so sick, and I just watched TV for days because I was so sick. The CW was my saving grace because it was in English. They hadn't dubbed it into Spanish.
In Peru, everyone went, no thanks.
Right. And so I'm watching like Smallville, and I don't know why they had this, but they had New Adventures of Old Christine, the Julia Louis-Dreyfus show.
Oh yeah.
But they were in English, and it was the only thing on television that was in English. And I'm like, I'll watch this bullshit. Yeah. Like, I'm throwing up and having diarrhea at the same time. This is much better. This is preferable. Preferable.
So, CW.
Yes.
As a comic book fan.
Yes.
Are you watching The Flash?
No, and I've heard it's great, but I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
I've heard it's great. I just
figured you had this very visceral reaction to me mentioning the CW.
Yes.
But then you have a very fond story about, vomiting and how you peed the bed while you were watching it.
Well, I mean,
and
the only reason I enjoyed that was because it was something that was in English.
Yeah, it's a very fond remembering. And now it's turning into a super nerd channel, so it would be your thing.
Well, I mean... Maybe. Arrow. I've watched a little bit of Arrow, which is like them dipping their toe into it.
Yeah,
and it was fine. I am not a huge TV person.
Well, but you watch movies.
I do watch movies. Yeah.
Why don't you just watch a TV show instead of movies?
Like a couple episodes of a TV show. It's not the same.
Why is it not the same?
Because the TV is serialized. It's ongoing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, so are movies.
Nah. They stop.
Oh, really?
Well, there's sequels.
Oh, really?
But
are you going to tell me the Star Wars trilogy? They're not dependent on each other?
That is a rare example. I'm just saying.
Are the Lord of the Rings trilogy?
Well, we're doing a lot of this these days.
All of the Harry Potter movies, they don't link together? I can't come up with any more examples.
You're just being
That's all. Rocky? The Rocky movie? Actually, those don't link together.
You're talking about sequels. No, they don't. Not directly, do they?
No.
Well,
a TV show.
They're sort of episodes in the life of Rocky.
Yeah. Would you watch a miniseries?
It's a different... yeah.
That's a TV show.
With an end.
Yeah. Well, TV shows have an end, too.
A fast approaching end.
Watch Breaking Bad.
I haven't.
It has an end.
Yeah.
It ended.
I don't feel like I have time for all this media.
But how many movies do you watch?
A year?
In a month.
Oh, geez. Maybe 2.
2 movies.
Seriously, yeah.
Total.
Yeah, if I go to the theater, which it happens, and then I occasionally watch a DVD, but not that often.
Okay. In a month, you could watch a season of Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Ish. Well, depending on your movies.
Right.
Let's say you're watching a longer movie.
Okay.
2.5 hours.
Sure.
2.5 hour movie.
Yeah.
Maybe not the whole season, but you're getting 5 episodes in.
Well, why should I?
Why not?
Well, I don't know.
You're missing out on valuable media by foregoing it.
Yeah.
To watch.
I'm not refusing to watch something.
To watch the movies you're watching.
I just prefer
the movies.
I just prefer to chill out.
Yeah.
With a drink.
Okay.
And a book. That's what I like to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of books have been turned into very good movies, though.
This is a good point.
You could just watch the movie. It's a lot quicker than reading the book.
But I want the experience of reading the book.
All books, though?
Not every book. Not every book is good.
I recommend...
Not every movie is good.
For instance, watching Pride and Prejudice versus reading it. Because both are wildly unpleasant, but the movie, a lot shorter.
Goes by faster.
I mean, it's still like, I think it's 4 hours.
No, I think
you're wildly
that is an
movie.
example that I am 100% okay with.
You know the story then. In fact, ignore everything I just said. Don't read it or watch the movie. Just go to the Wikipedia page and read the plot summary.
Synopsis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's so boring.
Do people know what Cliff Notes is anymore?
Yeah.
Because you used to say read the Cliff Notes.
I think they still sell them.
Do they still sell those?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
They even sold them at like college bookstores, which is always like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You don't want me.
It's a study guide.
That's how they get around it.
You're supposed to read it
the book
along with the book.
I got you.
It's I don't know if you ever did this, but you read the book and then you read a study guide to see, this is someone else's interpretation of the symbolism in The Great Gatsby. Okay. Very nice.
Okay. Is that something you often did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I read study guides.
All right.
I read the book. I read the study guide.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I would go, that study guide's stupid. There's no symbolism there. I still have a theory.
Okay.
That most symbolism that I had thrust upon me in English class, not intentional symbolism. They got done with the book, and someone read it and went, the tree and its falling leaves are symbolic of the culture crumbling beneath blah, 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 blah.
You don't think Mr. Fitzgerald intended all that interpretation? Is that what you're saying?
He put a lot of symbolism in there.
Yeah, sure he did.
However, every book we read in English class in high school, every chapter had like 5 things that were symbolic.
Yeah. You ever read D.H. Lawrence? He's Lady Chatterley's I can't talk. Lady Chatterley's
No, I don't think I have.
That. I read a book by him. This is college. Skip ahead. I minored in English in college. Okay, so I read a lot of novels. Read a book by him called The Women.
Okay.
And it was super, super hard to get through.
Yeah.
But it was one of those books that left like lasting images. You know what I mean? There's this piece of art that this primitive. They call it primitive. It's not really primitive. It's like this African piece of art in that book, and he describes it in such detail. I can always, if I think about D.H. Lawrence, I think about that immediately. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He was a very sort of, all that kind of stuff. A lot of that stuff is very just so descriptive. You know what I mean? It's like we're spending pages upon describing this one thing.
Yeah.
You know?
That's too much.
It's a lot.
Right? I don't like that.
Yeah.
Writers, especially now, tend to describe things in far too much detail.
Now, you think?
Oh yeah.
What's a current like novelist you've read?
Current being the last 100 years. we'll say that.
I was gonna be like, are we gonna review like the new Jonathan Franzen book now or something? Yeah. Who I haven't read, but I've heard is great. So.
It's always very over the top descriptive.
Yeah. There was a period of time.
You don't need to do that.
Like early and mid 20th century when like we had a lot of shorter books. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
People were into that.
I'm for that.
Yeah.
I'm for shorter books.
Yeah.
I would rather read Of Mice and Men than Grapes of Wrath.
Yes, that is a shorter book.
Oh, significantly.
Yeah.
You can bust that out in an afternoon.
Right.
Grapes of Wrath, not so much.
Not so much. How about East of Eden?
You can't. Not in an afternoon.
It's a long one.
Not in an afternoon.
Right.
It's good.
Yeah.
But not in an afternoon.
Have you ever read Garcia Marquez?
No.
Great.
I tend to. I realize this. Every book I like is early to mid-century American.
So you like Steinbeck?
I really, really
like Hemingway.
Yeah, all my favorite writers are early mid-century American writers.
Kerouac, or is that too far? Yeah.
Kerouac got a little bit too
experimental.
experimental, pretentious, whatever you want to say.
Okay.
It's over the top.
Sure.
It's experimental for being different's sake, not for... It's
like
not
like
good
there was
reason to experiment.
Right. Like it wasn't that this was it wasn't organic that he arrived.
He was being experimental. This is just my take.
Okay.
Basically
to
go, hey, look what I did. You guys didn't do this.
I like a lot of early 20th century novels by British women.
No.
Go figure.
No.
I like Virginia Woolf a lot. I like have you ever heard of Jean Rhys?
No.
My favorite novel. This might say a lot about me. It's a book called Good Morning Midnight. And it's Jean Rhys may not have been British. I don't remember.
Well, she's terrible at titling things.
Yeah, Good Morning
You
Midnight.
can't bid Good Morning to Midnight.
Well, it comes from an Emily Dickinson poem.
Well,
Ooh.
Emily Dickinson doesn't know how time works. I'm going to start a new stereotype here. Women who write things don't understand clocks. They don't understand it. This is the new stereotype I'm starting.
I'm not sure I can get behind you.
All female writers are confused by clocks.
Yeah, right. So, Good Morning Midnight. It's basically a book about a British woman who goes to Paris who wants to kill herself and drinks a lot. But I love it. It's a great book. I love it.
That sounds terrible.
It's great. It's great.
That sounds like the single most depressing...
It's pretty depressing.
...book.
But it's great.
And knowing that you are the eternal optimist...
I'm a very happy guy, for the most part. Yeah.
This is confusing to me.
Maybe this is what I like in other people. I don't know. I know, it throws a curveball, right?
Makes no sense.
Throws you a curveball.
Nah.
It's a great book.
Yeah. I'm not going to read that.
All right. I didn't think you would. It's very short. It's 200 pages or so. Okay.
That's 200 pages of...
You don't want to read.
Depressing angst.
She's actually sort of funny in the book, yeah.
And maybe if she was a male writer from America in 1920.
Somebody that had...
Yeah, then I'd read it.
Like dug the soil of California, right?
Right.
Yeah. Or,
apparently that's all I like.
Yeah, or shot a man. Yeah.
I'll also lump Mark Twain in there.
You like Mark Twain?
Yeah, even though
I like Mark Twain.
Not early, mid-century.
Right. This is 1800s.
That was late 1800s.
Yeah. I like Mark Twain a lot. He's great.
Basically just American authors.
You're a very American guy.
Yeah, it's Americana right here.
You're exceedingly American.
I do the Pledge of Allegiance when I get out of bed every day.
Yep.
I get out, I look at the bed, realize I peed the bed.
Well, no, you shit the bed.
Well,
I peed the bed.
I've grown up.
Oh, you're
I now urinate in the bed.
And I throw up.
Right. And I stand up, look at my urine-soaked sheets, go, I'll deal with that later. I gotta go honor America, and then I do the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag I have in my house.
It's your morning meditation.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not meditation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Americans don't meditate.
It's your morning prayer.
That's Eastern crap.
It's your morning prayer.
Get that out of here.
And after that, you go shine your guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While I whistle every patriotic
Yankee Doodle
tune.
Dandy.
Yankee Doodle.
Yeah.
America the Beautiful. I mean, anything you can think of that's America-oriented.
The Glenn Beck theme song. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All of the Fox
all
News
in your
theme
wheelhouse.
Songs. Yeah. I don't know if you have been to my house lately, but I just got the Glenn Beck show box set.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the entire collection.
Wow.
It's hours upon hours of poorly informed interviews. Wow. It's amazing.
Wow. That's great. That is great.
I would like to think that somewhere that actually exists.
I think it might.
And
I mean, do your research, but I think that is a viable thing. That's a product. They don't even like him anymore.
No one likes him.
He went crazy or something.
Yeah.
I don't even know what happened, but I just heard that he went crazy and they don't like him anymore.
You
know what I remember about him? I remember blackboards for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was teaching America a lesson.
Well, I mean, someone needs to. He
Wait, hang on. How to Teach America a Lesson, the Nathan Badley story.
Oh, man.
Go into it. Tell me.
Oh, man.
Tell me what you found.
I just have so many good ideas from that title.
Well, great.
I'm going to start
I'll keep nudging you.
unsolicited lessons to everybody.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna
they can't be solicited.
Right. I'll edit this for you. I'll edit the book. You just write it. You let it flow.
All right. He does not have a DVD of his show.
Glenn Beck.
However, for $40, you can get the Restoring Courage documentary set.
Oh, that sounds awful.
It's packaged with rumors of war. So.
Oh. Well, 2 for 1.
And you can get the 2007 Glenn Beck Christmas Tour DVD.
Well, that sounds
Fun fact.
morally deplorable.
Fun fact. He shoots Rudolph in it. Gun rights!
Now you hold still. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's my right as an American to slaughter you. So.
And if you pay him $17.50 via PayPal, he'll come to your house and shake your hand.
No, $17.50?
$17.50.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
He doesn't make money anymore. It's probably like $5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that Glenn Beck is in some sort of containment facility, like Magneto in the last X-Men movie, this plastic orb room.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's a plastic orb.
You won't watch TV, but you watched an X-Men movie with a plastic orb room.
Yeah, that's viable within that universe. How are you going to contain a guy who can control all metal? Unless he's in a plastic orb in the middle of the Pentagon.
Well,
I'm just saying.
It's probably not a situation you have to worry about, as that's not ever going to happen.
Right. So Diddy didn't get charged?
Diddy didn't get charged.
Oh my God. Diddy update.
Diddy update.
Boom, boom.
Just keep it going. Yeah. Loop it. Loop it.
More in your headphones?
Yeah. Turn it up in my headphones. Turn that up in my headphones. Turn it back down. That's too much in my headphones. I don't like it. Man, rappers are the most needy.
Temperamental.
Headphone.
Yeah.
wise.
Oh, they are. They really are.
I read. I don't want to misattribute this.
Yeah.
But I believe it was the comedian Ben Schwartz.
Okay.
Tweeted the other day. This is one of my favorite tweets I've ever read.
Okay.
Hey, sound engineers, make sure the headphones are correct before the rapper gets in the booth, because they're going to put you on blast in that song if you don't.
So true. So true. It makes it seem like every rap song is one take, and I know that's not true.
No, not even close.
Not even close.
Rappers. Diddy. Not getting charged.
For the attack on the coach?
For going after a coach with a kettlebell.
With a kettleball.
I still can't say it without thinking it's the single most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of.
After would he walk into the guy's hand? Right?
Yeah.
And then he's like,
he walked in and said, Don't touch me.
Don't touch me. Get your hands off me.
Don't touch me.
Yeah.
So, the lesson here is you can do literally anything you want.
Yeah.
As long as you are a hip-hop mogul. Go make hundreds of millions of dollars in hip-hop.
Yeah.
And then the world is your oyster. You can get your son onto the UCLA football team, even though he doesn't really deserve it.
Or practice.
You can then go and pick a fight with the UCLA strength training coach and try to hit him with strength training materials.
Yeah.
And no one cares.
I love how it wasn't even like the head coach. It's like this auxiliary coach. Right. Like, this dude is just responsible for making sure that, like, build muscle and don't hurt themselves. Mm-hmm. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, he's not making decisions about whether they play or not.
And Diddy's kid didn't do those things. He did not build muscle or make sure he wasn't hurt.
Right.
Not like he wasn't stretching or anything.
Right.
So the coach said, hey, you should probably do that, bro. You should make that happen. I assume every strength training coach says bro.
Bro.
I assume.
I think that's a fair assumption. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a friendly lot, strength training coaches.
They yell a lot. When are they friendly?
When they're
not,
not
never friendly.
When they're not on business.
Strength training coaches are
friendly.
the worst.
I had a couple weird coaches in high school.
Strength training coaches? My PE coach was the football strength training coach.
Oh, that sucks.
At my high school.
Was he tough on you?
He was. I'm trying to think what he said to me at one point. He did not feel I was stretching my hamstring enough.
Interesting.
And it was something along the lines of, you got to get that knee down to the floor. Otherwise, when you're 50, you're not going to be able to walk anymore.
Oh, my God.
And I said, joke's on you. I'm going to be dead before then.
I have to die so that James Earl Jones can narrate my funeral.
So deal with that,
Deal with it, coach. This might come as a surprise to you. I played track for a very short, ill-fated period of time.
First off, the ill-fated thing does not surprise me.
Right. No, that's...
The general track thing does surprise me.
Right.
Especially since you referred to it just now as playing track.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a track player.
I'm on a team.
How fast was your mile? 13 minutes.
I play backfield mile. I'm an outfielder runner.
Now, what did you do on the track team?
I did shot put and discus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which you could see that a little more than a lot of running.
Yeah.
I was terrible. Mm-hmm. The only reason I joined is because a lot of my friends happened to be doing it.
Right.
And
peer pressure.
I shouldn't have.
It's the reason I played soccer for a year.
I told the coach I gave it up because I wanted to play guitar more. Mm-hmm. And he was like, totally fine with it because it was horrible.
He said you should have made that decision a little bit earlier.
Right.
Yeah.
I think his exact words were, "Why are you wasting my time?"
I bet he was probably worried that the track team would make it to like the state finals or something, and they'd have to get a hotel room.
Right.
And then they'd lose their security deposit because you just peed all over all the sheets.
Right.
Just all of the sheets.
It was really fun to like line up all the shot put balls and urinate on those. That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I see why the coach didn't love you.
Yeah. He hated me.
The coach who told me that I wasn't going to walk anymore when I was 50 also tried to get me to join the cross-country team at one point.
That seems surprising.
Not because he thought I was fast, I don't think. But I think for him it was a numbers game.
Okay.
Like, if we throw 100 runners out there...
Yeah.
One of them's gonna accidentally do well.
He was doing like a money ball thing?
Yeah.
For
like, just
cross-country?
throw them all out there.
Interesting. Money shoe. Yeah.
Who has the best on-base percentage?
Right.
Throw them out there.
He's running his calculator like mad, you know?
I always got recruited for sports teams, not because I was good at any sport. I want to clarify, this is not me tooting my own horn.
Okay.
But it was always the coaches going like, well, we got to get someone to do something.
Badly.
Hey, Nathan.
Yeah.
You should be the tight end on the football team.
Did you play tight end in football?
No.
Okay.
I'm not going to play football. That hurts your knees.
Did they offer that to you?
Yeah.
Really?
He said, you should play tight end. And I said, no.
I'm good. Thanks. I'm going to go watch some theater.
First off, I guess junior high tight end, they're not thrown to the tight end. You're not a receiving tight end.
Oh, no. That's never going to happen.
You're blocking.
Right.
You're blocking for the running back.
Right.
I didn't want a concussion. And we didn't even know that concussions make you go insane.
Right, and now we know that. Yeah.
So, looks like I was smarter than everyone else. No concussions here. My brain damage is all from completely different reasons.
Chemicals.
Yeah. A lot of chemicals.
Lots of chemicals.
Yeah. I mean, I drink bleach.
Yeah.
It's good.
You thought you would turn into the Joker if you did that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
Yeah.
But
it was...
with a little Hershey's in there. A little Hershey syrup. Not so bad.
Gallon of bleach.
Yeah.
Little Hershey syrup.
Yeah, chocolate
and some
bleach.
dreams.
Yeah.
I saw it. Maybe I've told you about this, but I saw this movie that was like a knockoff of Home Alone, except the kid was sadistic. Like, instead of tying paint cans to a string and dropping them on their head, now I realize in real life that would hurt, but it's a bit cartoony. This kid was mixing ammonia and bleach together and like locking the bad guys in the bathroom to suffocate to death.
I want to say once again, you watch movies like this, but you won't watch Breaking Bad.
In my defense, I watched this as a child.
Sure.
We had one of those like movie rental places that right before they went out.
Yeah.
And it was one of those where you have the plastic case that you squeeze.
Yeah.
And you have to shake the tape out of there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It was like the last VHS place around.
That was always how I knew we were at a good movie place.
Yeah.
If it didn't have the squeeze thing.
Yeah.
And it had the front of the VHS
that would open like a book.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That was true.
Oh, we went to Blockbuster for this
right.
movie.
Whereas I was going to Movie Time.
We went to the Dillon's grocery store rental center for this one.
They have
shake.
They have 25 movies.
Right.
Like
they have 25 movies, but it's only 50 cents on Thursdays.
Right. And they have one whole copy of Braveheart.
Right.
Yeah.
If you get there early enough, you can fight everyone for Braveheart.
That's right.
It actually turns out to be like a scene from Braveheart in the rental place while people are trying to Braveheart.
So, yeah.
It's very fitting.
People get dressed up for it. They get all dressed up for it.
That's
another movie I think is very quotable. We didn't get all dressed up for nothing. That's not an accident.
I don't know what that was.
Anywhere in the world.
So Shrek's joining us here.
My coworker has this little Irish accent he does, and he always goes, "I'm so horny at 6 a.m," and I don't know where it's from. It's very funny, but I don't know where it's from.
Is it from a thing?
I don't know that it's from anything.
Maybe he's just stating facts.
He might be
in an Irish accent.
I'm always so horny at 6 a.m.
Just so you know, Justin, 6 a.m.
is my time.
Yeah. Guess what happens?
It's my me time. Yeah.
So,
not that I needed to know, but
obviously you do.
It's there.
When I start a job, I always let my coworkers know initially, when I begin, what time of the day I'm the horniest.
Oh,
that's how you get to know people.
What time of the day is that for you?
It's roughly 3 a.m.
You know, we have that in common. I like to sleep a little, and then wake up and do my thing
in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
I set an alarm because you don't want to oversleep.
No, I wake up with my natural.
Oh no, I got to set an alarm. Oh man,
yeah,
I snooze it a few times.
This whole process sounds very annoying to any partner you might have.
Oh yes,
yeah.
The other day, speaking of alarms, this is the part of the show where we just constantly segue. I want to point that out. Like, it's just constant segues into separate topics over and over. We started with Diddy, and we're all the way to talking about alarms. This is not what I want to point out. Like, it's just an observation I'm making.
Okay.
My story, alarm-wise.
Got it.
I woke up to my alarm the other day, picked up my phone to hit the snooze button, because I use my phone for an alarm, because I'm, a modern man. I don't need a regular alarm.
Yeah.
This is
understandable.
2015. The phones come with alarms. So I pick it up. I go to hit the snooze button, and I hit myself in the face with the phone somehow. So I snooze it, going, how did I hit myself in the face with the phone? Set the phone back down.
Yes.
It goes off again. I somehow, again, hit myself in the face while picking up the phone to hit the snooze button.
How?
I don't know. I did it 3 times.
You did it 3 times?
I hit myself in the face with my phone 3 times. And it wasn't a light hit. It was like a smack
full
in the
force
face.
Kind of thing?
Yeah, because I'm jerking the phone up.
Right. Now, do you wear glasses?
Yeah. Not while I sleep.
No, of course not.
Once again.
Do you have a depth perception thing that the glasses help with? Is that a factor here? No.
Okay. There's not a valid excuse.
Okay, it just happened.
Yeah.
It just something.
Yeah. Without my glasses, like, if there was some incident where I'm like, oh, I can't read that clock that's 100 feet away because I have no glasses on, then I can blame my eyes.
Okay.
That clock isn't hitting me in the face because it's 100 feet away. So the closer something is to me, the better I can see it.
Okay.
Whatever. Stupid eyes.
Oh, man. Guys, you can email us.
Yeah.
sushijackknife@gmail.com. Oh, I wanted to mention this.
Gmail.
We got Gmail. Yeah. We got our first email.
Wait. Does that mean we have to record a special episode?
No, because he didn't email about that.
Yes. Sucker.
This is from my friend Roy. Mm-hmm. Hi, Roy. Out in Nebraska, the wild fields of Nebraska.
Roy.
He says his subject line is, I'm waiting.
For?
Well, the body of the email reads, I want to frolic through the electrical waves of your heart. If you recall, I said that's a suggested email. You said if anyone emails that to me, I'm going to take out a restraining order.
Okay.
He's waiting for you to take out a restraining order.
Well, I will contact my legal representation.
Okay, great.
Immediately.
Werner.
It's LegalZoom.
LegalZoom?
Yeah.
Do we have to do an ad for LegalZoom now?
Well, yeah, I mean, that was the deal I made with them.
LegalZoom for all of your restraining order needs. We're not a law firm. Mm-hmm. We just help you figure your shit out.
LegalZoom. You want to sue the enema company because it didn't enema correctly? LegalZoom.
LegalZoom.
Yeah.
Waterproof sheets, not truly waterproof.
Mm-hmm.
LegalZoom.
LegalZoom. You run a hotel, and a young man urinated all over all of your beds, and your shot put balls that you had neatly lined up in the front.
Right.
Sue that kid.
LegalZoom.
There we go.
LegalZoom.com/sushijackknife will take you nowhere.
If we basically have just made it official that LegalZoom will never sponsor our show.
Right. If we had any potential for a sponsor anyway.
I mean, we might.
I hope we do. That'd be great.
Don't.
I think it'd be great.
Nah, it's not gonna happen.
NatureBox. NatureBox.com. You can get a box of
Stop that. We have no sponsors.
So, sushijackknife@gmail.com. You can email us just like Roy did. Now, if you can email us anything. Ask us a question.
What should the magic phrase be this week?
Ooh, good question.
Mm-hmm.
Light bulb envy.
I don't like it.
You don't?
No. It sounds like a really bad 80s album.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
How about bubbling crude?
Okay.
Bubbling crude.
Bubbling crude.
Yep. Make sure you get your apostrophe in there right. I didn't say bubbling crude.
Bubbling.
Crude. Bubbling crude.
If I don't read it with a southern accent, when I see it presented in front of me,
right,
not correctly done.
And you're not going to
understand. Crude.
Bubbling crude.
It's some bubbling crude.
That's
right
the magic
there.
phrase of this week.
Oh man. Do you ever, when you eat something really greasy, just have a bout of bubbling crude?
Oh yeah.
I got the bubbling crude.
You ever get the itis?
The itis.
Do you know what the itis is?
I believe what the itis is southern gibberish for anything.
It's southern gibberish.
Anything.
No. It's specific southern gibberish. It's southern gibberish for when you eat a lot of food, probably country cooking, and you get tired.
That's just
itis.
called being sleepy.
Type 2 diabetes.
Yeah. Well.
So you can email us just like Roy did, or with something to say,
bubbling crude.
Yeah, bubbling crude, magic word.
Bubbling
or
crude.
you can email us and tell us what you would like for a special episode. Provide us with your home address.
But since Roy has already emailed, he can't do that. So.
Right, he has negated his email privileges.
Deal with that, Roy.
Deal with it.
Yeah,
Nebraska.
Suck on that.
Ooh,
yeah.
This is my good friend. Don't get too racy here.
What? I'm just saying, Roy made the worst mistake of his life.
All right,
and he has to deal with it now,
just
because he's a sucker.
Say it in a G way. That's all
he's
do.
He's a real beehole.
Ain't nothing but a G way.
He's a real beehole.
What's a beehole?
A butthole.
Oh, okay. Instead of
now it's PG. You made me go PG.
I did. Well, and it's a good change. It's a positive change for you. A beehole. Darn it.
I hover around PG to PG-13 most of the time.
Yeah,
I'm a very clean-cut individual.
I'm the one that takes it into
I'm
our
all-American
territory. All-American.
I'm an all-American person. I do the Pledge of Allegiance every day.
You read Steinbeck novels.
I read Steinbeck novels. Yep. You bring me a European author, I'll spit in your face.
You can tweet at the show at Sushi Jackknife. I'm at Justin L. Croft. Nathan is at Badlands Badly. If you want a special cassette episode, just do that email thing.
But you can't if you're Roy.
And leave if you like the show. And there seems to be a consistent audience out there. Give us a little iTunes review, guys. That helps. Helps more people find this thing that you enjoy and want to hoard to yourself. How dare you?
I will allow Roy to have a special episode.
Yes.
If he somehow gets 10 additional reviews on iTunes. That's the only way he can get it.
Yeah. Yes. So. Because he already negated his email privileges.
Right. Because he's a real beehole.
Yep. Darn it.
He is just a darn beehole.
Yep. Crap. What a darn beehole.
I like the idea that you have a friend in Nebraska that's going to silently be fuming every time he listens to this about me.
Yeah. And I don't think you've met, so you're a mystery person.
Yeah, so he's just going to be fuming. He's going to be furious. I don't really care.
Okay.
I just don't give a hoot.
Hootless.
I am hootless.
You are a hootless once again.
I'm a hoot-free individual. Not one single solitary hoot here. No, sir.
No, sirree, Bob.
No, sir.
Darn it.
Mm-hmm.
Sushi Jackknife.
Sushi Jackknife. Bubbling crude.
And up from the ground came a bubbling crude. Swimming pools. Fancy stars. Y'all come back now, you hear? Play that thumb piano, Nathan.
We should cover the Beverly Hillbillies theme song.
Okay.
At the Fall Fest.
That is the best idea I've ever heard.
Yeah, we can't play that though.
Basically, figure it out.
Kobe will cover the Beverly Hillbillies theme song.
Yeah. And we'll do it in
we'll
rhythm.
Also be there at the same time.
Yes. Underneath it we'll go poop, 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 poop. Good night.